On-site inspection of the site where the last will of the flood is found and handed down to mankind. It finds decisive evidence to prove the existence of historical facts in the global flooding case, regardless of the East or the West, and organizes it logically for the first time in the world. We found reverse cancer, which was the definitive proof that the Earth's flood event was historic. The long-standing logic of the evolutionists cannot be explained. A rock was found to be the decisive evidence that the global flooding incident was a historical fact. It is a huge conglomerate that cannot be explained by evolution's long-standing logic. It is said that rocks are generated during larger floods, but the size of the conglomerates is proportional to the size of the floods. The Barcelona-Montserrat conglomerate, Spain, is a huge conglomerate, 4 kilometers wide, 8 kilometers long, and 1,236 meters high. It shows that there was a flood. Fundamental cancer is a sedimentary rock of a horizontal stratum, and rocky conglomerate is located on top of it. It is probably the largest in the world. On the other hand, Mount Myers Reverse Rock, located on the other side of the globe, is 1,500 meters underground and 686 meters above ground, and is presented as conclusive evidence of the global flood incident along with Montserrat's reverse cancer. The landforms of Korea and the Korean Peninsula are high in the east and low in the west, mainly in the Taebaek Mountains, 600 kilometers long from Wonsan to Busan. Therefore, South Korea's major rivers flow from the east into the West Sea and the South Sea. The Taebaek Mountains and the Hamgyeongsan Mountains rise high like towering folding screens. Mount Jeomgang, Hyeonggyeong, Seoraksan, and Ulsan Rock are mountains in Gangwon Province. There is a wide spread of high flat and hills on the top of Daeguiliang, which gives a smooth impression due to its gentle slope. The Gima Plateau is the epitome of such terrain, and it appears well along the Yeongdong Expressway between Daeguiliang and Hongi. Grand Canyon in the BRY Canyon Air Flat. This is related to the formation of a high-order flat surface of the turbidic storage flow deposit layer at the time of flooding. Mount Jeomgang and Mount Seorak in the Taebaek Mountains of the Korean Peninsula are significantly lower than Bryce Canyon in the Grand Canyon. The Sea of the East Sea overflowed west over the Taebaek Mountains. At this time, it may have influenced the formation of the flat surface of Daeguiliang, Bukhansan, Dongdongsan, Seoraksan, Gwanak, Foshan, Mount Dacha, and Inwonsan are 180 kilometers from the West Taebaek Mountains. The direction of these mountains ranges from the northeast to the southwest, and the top of the mountain is as smooth as the granite rock is worn away by water. In particular, if you look at the basin of Yeoknam region, the stream channel formed flowing from Gyeongju to Myeonggyeong Bosan and Ulsan to Busan is also a straight stream flowing from northeast to southwest. Guessing because of the straight line, this means that a huge force mechanism flows in the deep sea direction of the Java Sea. The presence of the Rias Coast on the southwest coast disproves this. The Korean Peninsula has 3 seas with an average depth of 1,684 meters in the East Sea and 44 meters in the West Sea, showing a large gap between the East and the West. The shallow sea level of 44 meters in the West Sea means that the Daeguiliang high flat surface of Daeguiliang was formed and deposited in the southwestern sea. The fact that Myesan in Jinan, North Jeolla Province, is buried 1,500 meters underground proves this. Our country has a long coastline with 3 sides surrounded by the sea. The coastline of the peninsula was 8,693 kilometers in the early 20th century before it was greatly simplified by a large reclamation project. The entire coastline, including the island province, reached 17,269 kilometers. In particular, Jeolla-Nam-do, which borders the West Sea and the South Sea, has a total length of 6,378 kilometers on its coastline, including the island province. The southwestern coast, centered on South Jeolla Province, is cited as a global example of the Rias Coast, as its access to the coastline is extremely complicated and can be seen as an erosion formed when the rapids in the latter part of the flood sink into the estuary. This area is called the Daedalus because it has many islands. The coast was monotonous and East Sea coast as compared to the west coast of western and southern coastal island also very little.